All right, good morning, everybody. Apologize, I am running a little behind today. All right, so good morning, everybody. I apologize again. I am running a little bit behind this morning, just a couple of minutes, but thank you for joining me. My name is Kata. Welcome to K2B Fitness, and today we are going to be doing lower body strength. We did upper body last week, so I will try to put a link to that in the show notes or into the class notes and maybe a little bit of a card so you can look at that later if you're doing this replay later and not live. But we are going to grab dumbbells and we're just going to do some lower body strengthening today. We are going to be on hands and knees a little bit at the end of class, so if you need something to put underneath your knees, a pillow, a foam pad, or roll up your mat, and instead of putting it under your knees, put it at the top of your shins. That's actually a good way to be on your hands and knees, but take a little bit of pressure off of the knees, especially for those of you that may have had a knee replacement or just have a knee that likes to talk to you every now and again. I am one of those people. We are going to do 2 exercises, 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, 3 rounds. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started. So make sure you've got some dumbbells. If you're new to strength training and to working out, there is nothing wrong with starting with body weight only and then gradually working your way up to using added resistance. So it just kind of depends on how you're doing. But as always, when I start my classes, I like to start with toe lifts. All right, right foot only, we're going to do toe and heel, toe and heel. 4, 3, 2. All right, switching sides, toe up, toe and heel. I always say we like to start with the ground up. Sometimes if we have pain or discomfort in our upper body and our legs, it's actually because of our feet. All right, right leg. We're gonna start with a heel and a toe, heel and toe. When we start to make it, start to feel a little more comfortable, we're gonna take it up and we're gonna start to do a leg swing. Hold on if you need to. Good, take the leg out to the side. We're gonna pull the toe up, heel down towards the floor, just a nice good hip circle. Let's change direction. 4, 3, switch it to the other leg, so front and back. And you can always start with just a heel and a toe and then start to make it a little bigger. I know we're not all dancers. I don't expect your legs to get up to the ceiling. 2, good. Take the leg out to the side. We're just going to start with those hip circles. 4, 3, change direction. Good, 4, 3. We're going to take it out to the side, out and in. So option 1 is just a lift and a lower. Option 2, lift and a little bit of a cross. Option 3, can you make it a little bigger? 2, good. We're going to switch legs. So just start with an out and an in. Hip is rotated to the front. I want you to show me your toes. This is option 2. This is option 3. Good, bring it in the center, hinge it down, stand up nice and tall. So think shoulders down and back. A good test for this is, are your hands able to run right down the side of your leg? So hinge and bring it up nice and tall. So just slow and steady. Even if your hands are in front, your shoulders should be down and back into your back pocket. Let's take it down. We're going to hold it here, arms out, open and close. So we're starting to wake up that torso. 3, 2, good. Let's bring it all the way up. Pull it down, reach it out. I want you to tuck the ribs. Imagine that your hands are along the wall and you're just running them up and down the wall, doing a modified snow angel. Good, let's take the hands to the chest. Slow squat, stand up tall. So this is chest lifted. We're dropping our hips down towards our heels. Yes, your knees are going to move towards your toes. I always try to keep your knees over your shoelaces, but then sometimes we keep it here, and then we start to turn it into a deadlift. You gotta move those knees. Find that pain-free range of motion. Good, right leg only forward. Take it forward, pause in the middle, take it back. Forward, pause, back. A little bit of a pass-through type lunge. Good, now if you're ready, you can start to drop it a little bit farther down. I keep up with the music, it's how my brain works. You do not have to do that. Good, we're gonna switch sides. Take it forward, pause, back, pause. So it's just a little step. We don't have to take really big steps, especially on the way back. Can we start to drop it? Down, lift, down, lift. The goal is to think about dropping your back knee down towards the floor. Good, little curtsy crosses, curtsy, center, curtsy, and center. When we curtsy, for these ones, we're not turning our bodies to the side. We're just crossing behind into a lunge, dropping it down. This is a little different for your knees, and it's also a little different for your glutes. Last one. Good. All right, plank walkouts. First option is we're gonna take it down, stretch the hamstrings, walk it out. Now if you can, right foot to right hand, step it back, left foot to left hand, step it back, walk yourself all the way up. Good, let's do that again. If that is not for you today, hands on the seat of a chair, step it back into your plank, right foot by the chair, step it back, left foot by the chair, step it back, step yourself forwards, and stand tall. That is your no floor option. If you can, I want you to walk it out, step, back, and walk it up. Good, I'm gonna try to get a couple more. So a little hamstring stretch, and then right here, we've got hip and inner thigh. Good, I've got one more. Hamstring, stretch it out, walk it out, take it forward, back, walk it all the way up. We're gonna roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Remember today, if you're new to strength training, especially in all lower body, I want you to go ahead and start with body weight, or you can do body weight round 1 and then grab weights for rounds 2 and 3. But we're gonna start. It's up to you if you want 1 dumbbell or 2. And we're just going to do a side stepping squat all to the right side. So we're just gonna take it down and then bring it up. Then we're gonna do lunge, knee drive. 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So where you hold your weight is up to you. Side step, come up tall. So drop and push. So we're kind of focusing on that right leg. When we do the squat, we're getting both, but the right leg, we're getting a little bit, just a little, of inner and outer thigh right here. You don't have to do a big step and knock the knees or turn it into a side lunge. A little wider than hip width, good. Bring it in. Lunge with a knee drive. So the leg that was stepping out, that's the one that stays planted or stays in front. Reverse lunge, here we go. Lunge, knee drive. Push through that front heel. Lock out that knee a little bit so it's nice and straight. Squats and lunges, while you can modify them a little bit, are a nice total leg exercise. They get the glutes, they get the hamstrings, they get the quads, get a little bit of calf. So it gets the whole thing. Here's 2 and 1. Switching it over. Gonna go back for those side stepping squats. Left leg goes out. Here's 2 and 1. So step and push. And really think about pushing up with that left leg. Push. So both legs are getting you up, but I want you to add just a little bit of extra emphasis, extra oomph for that one right there. Down, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Going for lunge. Lunge with a knee drive. 3, 2, and 1. So drop, push through, drive the knee. Hold it at the top for a moment. Hold your balance. So for this one, I'm keeping my shoulders in line with my hips. You can hinge, that's going to get you a little more glute, but I want you to stay nice and tall. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, side stepping squat. So out to the right, in, out to the left, and in. 2, 1, good. Side step, lift. Side and lift. Now your squats might be here. They might be shallower than mine, and that's okay. Eventually, work on those knees, work on those ankles, and try to go a little bit lower. Good. 2 and 1. All right, lunges. Lunge, knee, and switch. Here's 2 and 1. Now, if you want to just do lunges, take out the knee. That's okay too. Good. Lunge, lift, set it down. Lunge, lift, or just your lunges. We're over halfway with this. Last exercise for this circuit. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. Walk around, grab a drink. Moving on, circuit number 2. We're gonna do a deadlift with a heel lift. And then we're gonna do curtsy lunges with a kick. So curtsy lunge, kick to the corner. Kick to the corner. For the deadlifts, I am grabbing dumbbells, 2 of them. You can do 1, but again, if you're doing 1 dumbbell, don't let the chest round in the center. Shoulders down, hands here. Pull it in nice and close. 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So it's a deadlift, heel lift. So hinge, bring it up, heels up. I like to do, these are called suitcase, which means my arms are right by my side like I'm carrying 2 suitcases right next to me. So hinge, lift, and lift. When we do our heel lifts, make sure we're not pushing the knees and make sure we're not just swinging the hips. Last one, all the way up. Good, good. All right, curtsy lunge with a kick. It's harder to do with weights, but you can do it. 2, all one side. So curtsy and kick. We're getting balance work here in addition to strengthening the lower body. So this is a way for us to work our core without getting on the floor and doing crunches, right? Curtsy and lift. 10 seconds. This is also getting hip flexors and quads. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Deadlift with a curl. Or deadlift with a heel lift. No curls. This is lower body today. Here we go. Toes pointing forward. Hinge. Stand. Lift. Think about rolling through the ball of the foot and the big toe. So it's very tempting, especially if you've got bunions. You're going to want to roll out to your pinkies. Do your best to roll through the ball of the foot and the big toe. Shoulders down. This is all hamstrings and glutes, no low back. 2, and 1. Good. All right, curtsy with a kick, switching over to the other leg. Third round, we can do the kick or you can just do curtsies. Here we go. So curtsy, knee up, and kick. If you need to pause in the middle, you can, but I challenge you not to. So it's all about the challenge. If you can do this, no problem, then I want you to really try to hold it without touching. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. Deadlift, heel lift. We're on number 3. So a little tuck, shoulders down. Hinge, lift, heels up, heels down. Good, I'm gonna face forward just because my floor is not even remotely level. It likes to slope that way. If you put a marble on the floor, you can actually see it roll. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, curtsies. Option to add in the kick. I'm going to keep both of my dumbbells. 3, 2, and 1. So you can do curtsy, kick, and switch. Curtsy, kick, and switch. Or just do a curtsy, take out the kick like we did in the warm-up. Alternate and lift. We have about 12 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring it up. Grab a drink. Walk it around. So this round, we're gonna do a weighted march. So nice and tall, dumbbells here, 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 or here, but we're just gonna march and take it down. This is hip flexors, but this is also core. Second exercise, wide stance, down, half, down, and up. So 30 seconds, weighted march in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to do all one leg right now. You are welcome to alternate. This one dumbbell is a little more challenging for your core. Okay, you can hold 2 dumbbells, that's fine. Or you can bring it up to your chest. This is a progression. Or you can take it here. This is a progression. But this is core, this is hip flexors. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're gonna go for those plies. Dumbbell can be at your chest or hold it down in between your legs. Wider stance. Here's 2 and 1. Good. So out, half, down, and up. Don't let your body fold forwards on this one. Okay, chest is up, hips go back. You do not have to stay perfectly upright like ballerinas do. You can hinge a little, but I want you to try not to accidentally turn this into a deadlift with your weight shifted forwards. Down, half, down, lift. Good job. Going for weighted marches. Pick where you want your hand to be. Again, 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells. Here we go. So it just changes how you're working your legs and how you're working your core. This one, I have to make sure to not lean or to not lean. So I've got to keep myself level. So this side of my core is working anti-flexion, anti-lateral flexion. Sciencey words, right? I'm trying to work and stay nice and tall. Barely tap the toe down. Isometric strength here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, 1.5 plie squats. Wide stance, toes out. 3, 2, and 1. So take it down, half, down, up. Your plie might be here. That's okay. If your plie is here, I want you to turn those toes in until your knees are tracking over your second toe. So they should be going out in the same direction as your feet. You should not have toes out and knees in, or vice versa. Open up those hips. Last one. Good, bring it in. Weighted march. We're gonna alternate legs this round. So again, I'm doing 2 dumbbells. Here we go. March, down, march, down. Now notice, I'm not doing a lot of side to side movement with my body. I'm trying to stay centered as much as possible. Push that floor away, lift. I was almost gonna add a circle band, but that's not gonna work real well for the sumo squats. 3, 2, and 1, or the plie squats, however you wanna call it. Wide stance, again, this round it's 3. I'm gonna keep both of my dumbbells. Here we go. Down, half, down, tall. This is a good one because we're getting a little bit of hip flexion, not flexion, hip movement is what I want to think about. Hip mobility. Down, half, down, and up. This is also good for stabilizing the inner and outer thighs. Down, lift, down, tall. We're almost done. 2 and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Walk it around, grab a drink. We have 1 circuit down on the floor on our backs. And then we have a little bit of a finisher for our glutes that's on hands and knees. If you want to stay up, your bridge with a leg extension. Sitting is a little easier. Keep that leg up parallel to the floor. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. The inner thigh lift. Option 1, kick and tap. Kick and tap. Option 2, run your heel up your shin. This is going to work our inner thigh. You can do this sitting. It does not have to be standing. So let's take it all the way down onto our backs. So all the way down. I squeeze my knees together on this one, or you can put a ball or a yoga block between them. We're going to lift up. We're going to straighten the knee and set it down. Your time is officially on. So hold that bridge, straighten your knee, squeeze the quad, and set it down. Squeeze and down. Now you're getting glutes because you're not letting that hip drop, and you're getting quads because you're not letting your knee drop either. So we're trying to get our toe to the ceiling. Keep those knees together. Good, bring it down, low back into the floor. We're gonna take our leg up, try to take your foot, and keep that leg straight. Point the toe on the way out, flex on the way in. Point out, flex in. Now your leg might not be able to go straight up overhead. It might be at an angle. That's okay, you're still trying to open straight out to the side. We're not going down here and drawing kind of a little arch. It goes straight out, pull it back in. Opposite hip glued to the floor. Zipper your legs together, out and in. Good job, bring it up. Switching to those leg extensions over on the other side. Knees together. You can roll up a pillow, roll up your shirt like a hoodie, and place that between your thighs if you would like. Otherwise, we're just going for a nice good leg extension. Now, if you're doing this seated, I want you to really think about sitting up tall, shoulders over hips. So you're gonna get core work by holding a tall seated posture. Lift the leg, take it down. Good, bring it in. I'm gonna turn because I need a little bit more space here. So we're gonna take it all the way down. Leg is up, here we go. Out to the side, flex to bring it back in. Out and flex. Point, flex. Now this is the hip that I know I need to work on my inner thigh. So I'm not letting my leg go as far out as it wants to. because I'm trying not to encourage that extra external rotation mobility. I'm focusing on working my inner thigh and strengthening those muscles. Good job. We have one more set here. We're gonna lift up into a bridge. So little tuck, lift it up, alternate right and then left. Think about if you've ever used a leg extension machine, this is what we're doing. So good leg extension machine, up and down, up and down. Good, we have 10 seconds, and I'm definitely feeling that burn in the right leg, because that's the one that we just did, or at least for me. Good, bring it in. This time, we're gonna do both legs. You can alternate, or you can do both at the same time. It's completely up to you. Here we go. So I'm gonna point out, flex to bring it in. I'm thinking about my hip position. My right leg likes to turn out, so I am not letting my hip rotate out. And I'm really focusing on keeping my knees pointing towards my face versus letting them turn out towards my shoulders. Or if my hands were out, I don't want my knees pointing to my hands. Sometimes it's just the little changes that are really gonna affect things. Good, bring it up. We're gonna go ahead and come over to a seated position, and then we're going to come up to hands and knees. Now you can absolutely do these same exercises standing or kind of in a plank position, hands on a countertop, hands on a chair, personal preference. So good hands and knees. We're gonna keep the knee bent. We're going to lift up and then think about trying to take our knee to the opposite side of our body, up and out. So we're drawing a rainbow, up and cross, and then bring it down. Your knee does not have to touch the floor. Second exercise, fire hydrants. In 3, 2, 1. So we just bring it up and down. This is kind of a finisher. And I might add in a little bit of an extra exercise that's not on the list, but we're gonna do both exercises, or actually all 3 exercises on the right, and then we're gonna switch onto the left. So up, over. Now as we go over, try not to shift your weight or to do a big rotation just to get that leg on the floor. It's not needed. 2 and 1, short rest. Same leg, fire hydrants right out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Fire hydrant and take it down. This is some outer thigh work. This is another one where we don't want to lift our hips just to go high. So we're keeping our torso and our hips parallel to the floor. Lift and lower. If you're really tight, you might be here. This is okay. Good technique, quality over quantity. 8 seconds, and we're going to do an extra exercise that I did not put on the list. 2 and 1, little bit of a rest. Take that leg straight back. Lift, bend, straighten, and down. Yes, 3, 2, and 1. So it's lift, curl, straight, lower, lift, heel to butt, straighten it out, take it down. You're probably feeling your other glute right now. It's because that leg is holding you up and steady. Good, brace that core. Sometimes we start to get a little tired and we start to round our back. Lift, curl. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Good, quick shake out because we got to go right over to the other side. We're gonna start with those rainbows. 4, 3, 2, 1. So take it up, cross, up and in. Lift, cross. Now don't feel bad if you've got a little bit of thigh rubbing. I do too. Up. If I was a little bit skinnier, I might be able to get a little bit more of a reach, but you know what? This is fine. Up, cross. This is working strength, but this is working a little hip mobility. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We've got fire hydrants. I'm switching over just to face the other direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it's lift and lower, lift. Arms are straight, shoulders down. This is your bird dog position. You're getting core here in addition to working your legs. Lift. So remember, don't lift the hips. We shouldn't feel like we have to bend that elbow just to get the leg up there. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little bit of a rest, super short. Then we're gonna do that straight leg lift and extension and knee bend. 2, 1. So we're gonna take it up right here. Lift, bend, straighten, and down. Gotta squeeze that glute so that I can tell that you're lifting and lowering that leg. Lift, curl, straight, down, up. Good, 10 seconds, and we're gonna stretch. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Sit those hips back to those heels. A little bit of a stretch, stretching out those glutes. If you're standing, you can be near a countertop or a chair, and you can do a forward fold. Don't want to take your head below your heart right now. We want to make sure that our heart rate and breathing are a little bit lowered first. Make sure you've got a little bit of space. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up to hands and knees. If you're standing, stay standing. You're going to take feet hip width apart, toes pointing forwards, and all we're going to do are some hip circles. Good, let's change direction. So again, standing is fine. All right, we're gonna walk our hands forward. We're gonna take our right foot to our right hand, world's greatest stretch. We're gonna keep that back leg down on the ground, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna hold. You wanna add a little bit of a wiggle on this leg, you can. If you don't wanna be like this, you can do this standing. You're just gonna be in a lunge position or a warrior type position. Good, bring it in, switching it over to the other leg. So take the foot to the hand, extend that leg back. Again, here you don't want to be rounded and you don't want to have that low back arching. We're trying to open up our hips. So this is a little inner thigh and this is hip flexor. Your back leg might be closer to your front leg, and that's fine. Good, let's go ahead and start to walk ourselves back. We're gonna pull this front leg back. We're gonna come up to standing. So nice and tall. We're gonna take our feet kind of wide, and we're just going to do a little bit of a circle. So hands here, we're gonna turn to the right, keep those legs straight, and we're just going to hinge, draw a half circle, come up over to the left, and then back in the center. Turn to the left, circle it around, and bring it back up. So you're just doing a little hinge. You do not have to touch the floor. I do want you to keep the knees straight. This is stretching out our hamstrings, which hopefully should feel a little loose. If you want to make it harder, turn, brush the floor, and bring it up. Turn a little, brush, and bring it up. And doing the brush is a little bit harder. So down, around, and up, turn. Good, bring it in. You can do hands on the hips, hands on your thighs. Don't put them on your knees. We're going to hinge straight knees, and I want you to focus on lifting your tailbone towards the ceiling. So if I turn to the side, even though I'm here, I'm really focusing on lifting the tailbone up to the ceiling versus trying to get down to the floor. I can get down to the floor, but if you're down and you're having to bend the knees and bend your torso, just put your hands on your thighs, hands on the seat of a chair, countertop, whatever feels good, but lift. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2. If you can, I want you to drop down into a deep squat. And I know some of you are looking at me like I'm crazy. If this is not for you, you can sit in a chair and you can gently press those knees out, or you can sit on the floor, pull those legs in, sit tall, and press those inner thighs out. You pick what's going to work for you. Sometimes putting your mat rolled up under your heels is enough to get you into a deeper squat. A lot of people think I will never be able to do this. You probably could. It's just going to take some time, and you've got to work on it in a way that works for your hips, knees, and ankles. But we just want to try to get into this deeper squat. So remember, you can have your buns on the floor, you can sit on an ottoman, a footstool, a short chair. But if you struggle, just make sure there's somebody there that can help you to get up, right? Good. We're very carefully going to come back up to standing. No judgments how you get up here. A little side sway, deep breaths. I always get a little bit dizzy when I come up, so just keep that in mind. All right, just bring it in. Big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Exhale. Good, one more time. And out. And you are all done. So I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back for completing today's lower body workout. Again, last week the live was an upper body workout, so if you want to combine the two for an all-in-one, you can, or if you missed that one, just look under the live tab at the top of my channel. It will always be there. I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you are living somewhere like I am that is colder than the dickens right now, just be safe. Make sure that you warm up before you do any activity outside. Stay indoors when it's extremely cold outside. Make sure you bundle up, but at the same time, you want to try to use moisture wicking fabric, because if you go outside, you're bundled up, you get sweaty, then you start to get cold, and that's also a risk for hypothermia. It's not just going outside, not wearing enough clothing, but just make sure that you go outside, stay warm, stay inside if you can. Safe travels, safe outdoor activities. I hope you enjoyed today's workout, and I hope to see you again in class. Bye.